Hey guys, it's me, Komodo, back in a reaction video, and today, guys, I'm reacting to All Monsters in Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 explained by the one and only Super Horror Bro. So it's been a very long time since I did a reaction to one of his videos, well, ever since my second channel, so it's been a super long time, but I decided now to finally doing a Poppy Playtime Chapter 3 related reaction video, regarding its release. And I will say, guys, Chapter 3 was a wild ride, and I honestly loved the new host of characters that they added into it. So now we're in this video, we're going to get to know like a bit more about them and their stories. So let's just get right into this.
Hey guys, Super Horror Bro Mike here, and in today's video, we explore the lore of each and every monster found in Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. The third installment in Toy Terror from developer
There's
Mob
Dog Day.
Entertainment introduced us
This
to
delay,
monstrous
she's,
creations
dude,
of
she's the
Playtime Co.,
worst. This
both
delay's the
new and
worst.
old. And this video will take an in-depth look at each of these abominable experiments one by
Catnap.
one. So sit back, relax, and let's run down a list of the horrors awaiting us in the darkest recesses of the Playcare.
Huggy Wuggy, the creepy looking one.
Huggy Wuggy was once a beloved mascot of Playtime Co., the poster child for the company. We first encountered Huggy during the events of Chapter 1, where we met him standing in the factory lobby before eventually being stalked throughout the facility. Huggy was created in 1984 and became the company's biggest success story to date. Later, when the scientists at Playtime Co. began using human test subjects to create living toys as part of the Bigger Bodies initiative, a living version of Huggy Wuggy was born. Like the other toy experiments, this living version of Huggy became influenced by the mysterious entity known as the Prototype, and went on a kill-crazy rampage during the Hour of Joy, where the toys eventually turned on their human creators. In fact, we also learned from a VHS tape released on the Mob Entertainment YouTube account that Huggy Wuggy escaped the Playtime factory on June 18th, 1992, killing several members of Playtime in the process. Huggy was retrieved standing outside a house in a suburban neighborhood. It has been theorized that this was where the child now trapped inside this bigger body once lived.
Maybe.
Huggy,
or just somewhere
under
random he went to.
from the Prototype, initially helps our protagonist, providing them with a key that helps them gain entry into the depths of the factory. By the chapter's conclusion, Huggy gives chase and hunts the player through the claustrophobic confines of the ventilation system. We are able to narrowly escape and use a storage container to knock Huggy from a walkway, sending the Blue Terror tumbling to his death shortly after. While we do not encounter Huggy in Chapter 2, we do happen upon a wall covered in blood and his signature blue fur. This suggesting that either Huggy survived his fall and managed to crawl into his vent to recover, or that the Prototype retrieved Huggy's body and collected him up to assimilate into his being, much in the same way as we saw with Mommy Longlegs. We also encounter mini Huggies during a test sequence in the game station, known as Whack-a-Wuggy. These also seem to be a living version of Huggy, containing the consciousness of human test subjects, who were once orphan children under the care of the Playtime Company. Now they exist as these little blue mascots with a taste for blood.
Blue mascots, you mean different
colored?
In
Chapter 3, we meet a nightmarish version of Huggy during a sequence
and this is a hallucination
of
Huggy that we get from the gas.
Dosage of red smoke. Huggy crawls from the screen of his television and gives chase
like something out of the freaking Ring.
nightmare sequence. There are also several
now,
cutouts of
during
Huggy.
that chasing, we
One
are
is
actually meant
found
to get killed by him. We're not meant to escape him.
In Chapter 3. Check them out.
Does someone need a hug? Give me a big squeeze. I promise I won't bite. Come closer, friend. I'll squeeze you until you... Hug a day keeps the monsters away. 2 hugs a day is better in every way. Hugging forever. Hugs are non-stop. I'm gonna hug you until you pop.
Whether the real Huggy lives on or not is up for debate.
He can't be.
What do you think?
He can't be, because Poppy said we killed him. Kissy Missy. I felt so bad for Kissy Missy at the end of chapter
Kissy
3.
Missy is a
She
feminine
freaking died from the
version of Huggy
prototype.
Wuggy,
Or
with pink
maybe it
fur
could have been
rather than
Huggy.
blue and big batting
I'll probably explain why
eyelashes.
in a bit.
However, unlike Huggy, Kissy is an ally to our protagonist, thanks to Poppy, who ensures she does not attack our hapless hero.
At this cutscene when we first reunite with her. I mean, the Home Sweet Home area, we see her looking at a picture of a little girl, which could be either who she was originally or just a friend she had.
It also seems that Poppy and Kissy are friends, and connected in some way. Perhaps they were once friends as children, before becoming part of a bigger body experiment program.
Maybe.
Kissy did, at one point in time, appear to be under the control of the prototype.
Yeah.
During the Hour of Joy, and in this VHS labelled Restricted, dated August 8th, 1995, we witnessed Kissy attacking Playtime co-workers who were transporting her on a cargo train
Yeah,
below
we saw
the
this in the Hour of
factory.
Joy.
An attack that took place during the Hour of Joy. It seems with Kissy now under the influence of Poppy, the two are working together to try and stop the prototype.
Well, now it's just us and
once
Poppy, because
for all.
Kissy's probably dead
It
right
is
now.
unclear why she is no longer bound to serve the prototype, but maybe Poppy simply had a kind and calming influence over the
Maybe,
poor
yeah, I
creature.
wonder, why is
We first
Kissy helping us
encounter
if
Kissy
she was
on this
evil
poster
during the
during
Hour
the
of
events
Joy?
of Chapter 1, and then in Chapter 2, discover a cutout of her within the game station, with the following lines of dialogue.
Preparing for departure. 3, 2, 1. Choo-choo! Choo-choo! Ticket, please! Ticket! Her name is Kissy Missy. Be safe and have fun!
Later in Chapter 2, we encounter Kissy in
This is when we
person
first
for the
meet her.
first time. She ominously emerges from a
I
corridor
gotta say,
in the
when we
car's
first saw her in Chapter 2,
tunnels.
I was
But as she
astonished. I was really
approaches, we
surprised
discover
and
she
happy
is
that we saw her, because
non-hostile
I was
and
hoping,
helps
I
the
was
player by
theorizing she was
opening
gonna be the
this
main
gate,
character, like the
before
villain.
disappearing into
But
the
no, it was Mommy
darkness
Longlegs.
once
But
more.
we still see Kissy.
Then, in Chapter 3, we find Kissy sitting on a bed within the
Yeah,
Home
this
Sweet
part.
Home
Or just look at a
orphanage,
picture of a little
where she
girl.
stares longingly at a
No, this could
picture
either
of a
be who she
little
was
girl.
originally, or
There are
maybe this is
two
someone
ways
she
to
became
interpret
friends with
this particular
before,
scene.
like, she was
The
experimented on.
first is to assume that the girl in this photograph was an orphan child living within the playcare, one that Kissy had a bond with before the events that went down during the Hour of Joy. Evidence to support this can be seen with childlike drawings of Kissy and a little girl on the wall here.
Oh shit, maybe.
The other way to read this scene
Yeah.
is to conclude that the girl in this picture was Kissy,
Yeah.
the child she used to be,
And just in
before being
Kissy's,
used
like,
as part of a bigger body
lamenting over her
initiative and
past.
transformed into this living version of Kissy. There's no way to know for sure, so what do you think? At the end of Chapter 3, Kissy helps Poppy and the protagonist onto an elevated platform, and then pulls a lever to lower them into the depths of the laboratory where the prototype is said to reside. Poppy promises to send the
But
elevator
unfortunately,
back
we
up for
lost
Kissy,
Kissy.
but before she
And
can,
the developer said
we hear
Kissy
the
fans will
sound of
enjoy
Kissy
this.
being
But
attacked.
the ending,
However, it is
no,
now
because
too late to turn back,
they fucking
and
killed her
Kissy's
off.
fate is left unknown, for now.
Dude, hearing her screaming is so hard to hear sometimes. I feel so bad for her. Miss Light, oh, I hate Miss Light. She is the scariest in Chapter 3. You would think Catnap would be because he's the main character, but no, Mr. Light stole Chapter 3 with being the most scariest.
A human-sized
She beats Mommy
living doll
Longlegs
with a
in her
broken
sinister
face,
form.
exposing a fleshy skull beneath. But Mr. Light didn't always look this way. In fact, if we hack outside the game world, we can find an unused character model. This model
That's so
reveals how
creepy, but it's
Mr.
not as
Light
bad.
originally looked before she was attacked by her sisters, who also acted as teachers at this schoolhouse. We learn about Mr. Light's sisters from both a snippet that plays during the Hour of Joy VHS, where we can see these teachers attacking Playtime co-employees, and from this cutout here.
Hello, students. Find my sisters and I to learn facts across a variety of subjects. Press my button to hear some facts on anatomy.
Miss Delight has a tragic, twisted backstory.
Yeah, she became
relayed to the
cannibalistic and
player
started
via a series of
eating the
notes that they
teachers
can
or her
collect up while
sisters.
exploring the schoolhouse. These notes explain how after the Hour of Joy, someone or something locked Miss Delight and her sisters inside the school. Slowly, the teachers began to go crazy,
Yep.
isolated from contact with the outside world. They then began to starve.
And they feasted on each
Miss
other.
Delight suspected she would be the first to be killed by her sisters as they each began to turn on one another, and she was right. She was savagely attacked, leaving her in a mutilated state.
And that's how she's like this.
She then crafted a weapon to protect herself, made from string, pens, and a ruler, and named this
Antoine.
weapon Barb. From that point on, Miss Delight believed that Barb was speaking to her. She completely
She's honestly worse than
and now
Baldy when
took
he has like
orders
the
from the
freaking
weapon
ruler.
she crafted in her desperate bid for
Like first we had
survival.
Baldy, then we had the
Barb
teacher from
told
Little
her to
Nightmares,
kill the other
then
teachers
Bambina, and now we
eat
have
them
Miss
in
Delight.
order to survive starvation. And so she did. Then, one day, the doors of the schoolhouse eventually opened, and there stood
And there's
Catnap. Miss
Catnap
Delight knew it was he who had sealed them inside.
because Catnap knew what she'd be capable of doing to the orphans, so he kept them hidden from her.
The orphan children of the play care.
Please, where are the children? Are they in the same place as the employees?
No.
Are the children safe?
Yes.
Can I see them?
No.
No.
And that was it. That's all he'd tell me. Probably because he knew I'd kill them all.
Yeah. Dude, Miss Delight fucking
Now Miss
terrifies
Delight
me.
and Catnap work together to carry out the wishes of the prototype, who holds control over both. Miss Delight can only move when we turn away from her or the lights go out.
Yeah, in different
Therefore, after she
gameplays,
gives
it's like
chase,
the
the
gameplay's
player must
mixed
rush
up.
away as fast as possible.
Like some games
without
she only moves when the
breaking
lights
line of
flicker, and other
sight.
games she only moves when you're not looking at her.
Eventually, after a lengthy game of cat and mouse, we are able to escape
And then we
the
crush her
school
with the door.
and crush Miss Delight under a shutter,
With a shutter,
bringing
yeah.
her reign of terror to its conclusion.
Yeah, third death in the game is not as bad as the other ones. Those smiling critters, the little tiny plushy ones.
These smiling critters were originally designed as
These
a
are
line
basically
of
the little
plushie
plushies
toys
that they
with
advertise.
scented
They just turn into
sprays
like
that fit
monstrous
into
creatures.
compartments within their zip-up bellies. Each critter contained a different scent, and by pulling the drawstring on their backs, the nozzle in their mouthpiece would spray out a soothing aroma that helped children around the world sleep by night. That is, aside from Catnap, who,
Catnap is
according to
different.
a
He had
news
the
report,
the
gave
red smoke or
children
the red
vivid
gas in him.
hallucinogenic nightmares, leading to the toy being recalled and
I
scrubbed
sound
all
crazy for saying this, but I actually
advertisements.
kind of would want to get a real Catnap plush, and maybe try having some of that gas be implemented in me, just to know what it's like for one night, just so I can know what kind of nightmares I would experience. Honestly, with the fact that the Catnap dolls cause nightmares, that kind of reminds me of that one episode of Kirby Right Back at You where King Dedede bought those pills from Nightmare Enterprises that when people go to sleep they have nightmares. That's what this immediately reminds me of.
These smiling critters were so popular,
I don't know if you
they
guys have
even
seen that
had their
episode of
own
the
TV
Kirby
show at
series
one
called
point.
Kirby Right Back at
There
You.
were 8
There was an
critters
episode
in
like that.
total.
And it was
Catnap,
because of a
Dog
monster
Day,
called
Bobby
Naughty, which is a
Hopscotch,
dream monster.
Bubba Bubbafunt, Bobby Bearhug, Pig Patch, Crafty Corn, and Kickin' Chicken. Each of these characters received their own bigger body living version within Playtime Co.'s secret research laboratory. However, only 2 remain alive during the story that unfolds during Poppy
Which is
Playtime
Catnap
Chapter
and Dog
3.
Day.
Catnap and Dog Day. There are also miniature living versions of the critters who we encountered during the Playhouse segment
Yeah,
of
so
our
we
adventure.
kind of did see the smiling critters,
These
but not
tiny
really. I was
minions
hoping
follow
to see
Catnap's every
like
command,
the big
hunting
toy
down
versions,
anyone
and
who
we would have to
defies
like
him,
help them
branding
perform a
them
ritual to
as
stop
heretics.
Catnap.
They crawl from holes in the floor and walls and
And we
must
use
be
the flare gun
repelled
to
with a
repel them
flare
because they
gun
hate
in order
light.
to avoid a nasty jump scare. While Catnap patrols for Playcare, hunting down anyone left alive and obeying the prototype's every command, Dog Day defied the prototype and so was captured and imprisoned by Catnap in the holding cells below the Playcare, where the bigger bodies were
And we saw
once
this area
contained
in
by
the
Playtime
Chapter
scientists.
3 ARG.
We find Dog Day chained up and tortured by Catnap.
He's chained
He
up with
explains
belts
how the cat
around
now
his
controls the
waist or his
Playcare under the
arms.
prototype's command, and urges us to leave before it's too late.
You're Pappy's angel.
I felt bad for Dog Day. He actually had a he also kind of had a gruesome death where he literally I thought at first he was eating the flying critters were eating him alive, but no, they were going inside of him to take him over.
There. A million pairs of eyes are on you now.
Or they're probably eating his insides so they can control him.
Waiting. Hungry. They want nothing more than to crawl beneath your skin and eat away at you bit by little bit. Fill what feels empty inside themselves.
That thing, Catnap. The prototype is his god, and this is what he does to heretics.
Heretics. These little toys follow Catnap to avoid that very fate. And in return, they are fed.
So basically, like the toys are all like it's kind of like maybe like with Scar King. Like Scar King tells the apes to like obey him or he'll kill them. That's like basically with the prototype. He forces the toys to obey his commands, otherwise he'll kill them.
You need to get out of this place. You need to live. You and Poppy could fix this. End this madness. The torment. Oh no.
Oh no.
No. Leave me.
This was horrible. They would just go inside of him.
The mini critters then crawl into Dog Day's body and possess him, using his corpse to chase down the protagonist as they make a mad dash for the exit. While exploring the playcare, we come across many different cardboard cutouts,
Yep.
each one representing a different smiling critter who has a cryptic and sinister story to tell. Take a listen to each and every one,
And they each kind of
see
like
if
would
you can
explain
work
about
out
the
hidden
orphans
meaning behind their
in like in a
mysterious
certain way.
dialogue.
I'm Bubba Bumpaphant. Hey, I remember you. An elephant always remembers. Want to know what I remember about you?
Oh my god, that is just disturbing as hell. Chicken.
Chicken.
He just explains a bit of
Wanna
the
go
story from
outside and hang
the story of this game.
It's looking pretty bad outside. I've never been outside
Yeah, when he
before.
says he's never been outside before, because
Will
it's
you
true.
come with
In the story,
I'm
the
scared.
scientists they never let the kids,
Here,
the orphans,
follow
go
me.
outside like
I'll
actually
step out
outside.
first.
They made it look like they are with the fake environment. And Catnaps doesn't even talk, just groans. It's like with the mommy long legs cut out in chapter 2, where it was just only like corrupted static sounds. I actually would want to know what would Catnap sound like in the cartoons. Like, how would his voice sound? God.
Hi there.
Picky
I'm
Piggy.
Picky Piggy. Let's eat. Roast beef. Delicious. Grilled chicken. Down the hatch. Seared elephant. Yum. Flayed unicorn.
Okay, now he's talking about just eating her friends.
Still hungry. Hey, what do you say you and I be friends? I'm
Hoppy
Hoppy
Hopscotch.
Hopscotch. Wanna try hopping to the moon with me? On three with me. 1, 2, 3. Heh. Didn't get very far.
And this is kind of like explaining how the orphans they tried to have it. They tried to help each other, probably escape during the hour of joy, maybe.
Nope. Still didn't make it.
Dog Days kind of also is the same thing as Hoppy
Listen,
Hopscotch is.
This won't stop until we make it to the moon. 1, 2. No, don't look at your feet. None of that matters. Again. Jump.
And Dog
Day
Days.
says, fetch. Go, as far as you can. Why are you just standing there? You can't be here. You can't
Yeah, like
stay.
everyone's been saying, we gotta leave. Exactly. And that probably explains the demise they had when they were experimented on.
Hi.
Crafty
I'm
Corn.
Crafty Corn. Can you help me with my painting? Pass me the blue, please. Thanks. Now, can you give me some red? More red, please. Out? But
She's talking about her blood now.
Give it here!
Catnap, the main star of this, who didn't really get a lot of
We
screen time.
briefly touched on Catnap earlier in this video, so let's wrap things up by taking a closer look at this ferocious feline. The origins of Catnap's bigger body form have been relayed to us both via an exchange with the mysterious child Ollie, as well
Oh
as
yeah, I
via
forgot
an
about
ARG
Ollie.
from Mob Entertainment, which
Who
ran
some people
ahead
think it
of
could be the
Chapter
prototype
3's
disguising
launch.
himself as a little
We
kid.
learned that the person
Could have
trapped
ruined
inside
vibes, probably.
Catnap's bigger body was once an orphan child under Playtime's care named Theodore Grambel. Theo formed a close connection with the prototype, who enlisted his help to try and escape the factory. The prototype persuaded Theo to steal a pair of grab packs, with the pair then attempting to flee the facility. Unfortunately, during their escape, Theo was electrocuted while using said grab pack, and was then rescued
And we also
by the
electrocuted
prototype,
him
who
at the end of
returned
chapter
him to
3.
the play care so his life could be saved
So we
by the
featured the
medical
same
team.
death twice.
Playtime then performed a surgery on the wounded child, using him to bring Catnap to life. Theo, now living on as Catnap, began to worship the prototype like a god, thinking of him as his savior and carrying out the entity's every wish. We witness this firsthand during this sequence, where we see
Yeah, the
Catnap
shrine.
worshipping before a giant shrine constructed
This could
in the
actually show what the
prototype's
prototype could
honor.
actually look like
By
in the
listening
game.
to an audio log located within the Playhouse, we learn that Catnap was neglected by Playtime Co.,
Yep.
locked inside a prison cell beneath the playcare, and only allowed out on rare occasions to see the orphan children. Take a listen to this conversation between Catnap and Head of Innovation, Leif Pierre.
Okay, this is Catnap, experiment number 1188. What's his real name again? Okay. Hey, Theo. How you doing, bud? Normally I'd have
Creepy
Dr.
character,
Sawyer
but
do
I
this,
feel
but
I
he's,
still doesn't mean I don't feel
out,
bad for him.
let's say. So you got me until they find his replacement. First off, congrats.
I do
This is
feel very
officially
bad
your
for
fourth
Catnap
year
when
in
he,
your new
or
body,
Theodore when he was
and you've made
made
some
into
real
Catnap.
progress, pal. I was told that when you and the other smiling critters, you know, Dog Day, Picky Piggy, yada yada yada, were added into play care, that you
I wonder
weren't
who
really
the soul
getting
of
along
Dog
too
Day
well with
was,
the kids
actually.
like everybody else was. But look at you now. The kids love you, and that red smoke. I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah, they like it like a
isn't it?
drug. Makes them go crazy.
Is his voice thingy still broken?
Dude, it sounds like something from freaking Mandela catalog.
Theo, nobody's gonna save you. This prison is where you belong. We'll let you out here and there to go see the kids in play care, but your home is here. And as for the prototype, his home is in the labs. This is your life now. Get used to it.
And that probably pissed him
Catnap
the
is
fuck
able to
off.
dispel a substance known as the red smoke from his mouthpiece. This powerful hallucinogen causes those who come into contact with it to fall into a deep sleep,
Yep.
at which point
Where
they
was
experience
this
vivid
VHS tape thing
nightmares.
right here?
The red smoke
We
is
didn't see that
essentially a
in chapter
sleeping
3.
gas, one used to sedate the orphans at the playcare by night so they could be taken away for testing by Playtime Co. scientists. At the beginning of chapter 3, Catnap pulls the protagonist
He
from
pulls
the
us out of the
burning
train
wreckage of
and
the
then
train they
throws
crashed
us into
in
like a-
during the events of chapter 2, and
like this,
deposits
like,
them down a
grinding
garbage
pit.
chute into a trash compactor.
Or a traction factor, like, yeah,
As we
that's what
explore
it
the
is.
playcare, we often catch sight of
And
this
again, he doesn't
terrifying
have a lot of
beast
screen time as
stalking
you'd
us
think
through
he
its
would.
halls.
So much for him being the
At
main
the end of
character.
the chapter, Catnap exposes the player to his red smoke, and then transforms into a series of nightmarish
Oh, that is
visions.
that nightmare
Players
form
must
scream.
then
It's like
use
a
the flare gun
skeletal
to
form.
identify which Catnap is the real deal, and then shock him by activating steam pipes around the environment. Eventually,
I
we
bet
are
playing
able
this
to
boss
power
fight,
up the
if I play
terminal
this, I'm
and
gonna struggle so
electrify the
bad.
hand of our grab pack. Using the current to
Yeah, he gets
electrocute
electrocuted,
Catnap, which then
blown
sets him
up,
on
lit on
fire.
fire, and impaled through the
Catnap
head by the
manages to barely
prototype.
survive, but is
His
badly
death is the
wounded.
most brutal,
At
but
this point,
Mommy
the
Longlegs was the
prototype reaches
most
down from a
disturbing,
hatch
right next
above
to Dog
and claims
Days.
Catnap, just as he did Mommy in chapter 2.
Yep.
It seems Theodore welcomes this union, laying down his life as he welcomes the prototype's embrace of death, dying in the arms of his hero.
Yep.
And with that, we come to the end of this look at each and every monster found within the story of Poppy Playtime Chapter 3. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it both entertaining and informative. If you
God, I
did,
hate
remember
Mr.
to
Light.
leave a
I'm
like,
sorry, guys.
comments down
She's the
below,
worst,
and
honestly.
of course subscribe for more horror-related content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.
All right. So there you have it. That was basically the story of all of the characters in Chapter 3. Like I said, Chapter 3 was a very fun ride. I will say for my thoughts on this chapter, I was a little bit disappointed that Catnap didn't really get a lot of screen time as you would think he would, despite him being the main character. But still, the character Miss Delight literally stole being the most scary character in Chapter 3. Like, she even topples over Mommy Longlegs in her sinister form. And with all the deaths we have with Mr. White's death, where she got crushed by the shutter, Dog Day getting possessed and probably eaten alive from the inside by the smiling critters, and Catnap getting electrocuted, blown up, lit on fire, and impaled through the head by the prototype. Like, Catnap's was the most disturbing, the new most brutal death. Mommy Longlegs is still the most disturbing death, alongside with Dog Day. But other than that, Chapter 3 brought so much to the table, and it definitely like upped the ante a bit with being scary. And I am interested to see how Chapter 4 is going to go, but we'll probably have to wait like another year and a half for Chapter 4 to come out. But oh well, let's just be happy we have Chapter 3. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end this reaction right here. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe more. It really help out a ton. And I will see you guys in the next video.